Hey everybody, thank you for joining me for this month's edition of Teen Crafternoon. We are going to be doing a craft that's kind of similar to something we did in last summer reading program. It's a craft gnome, but we're going to put a St. Patrick's Day twist on it since the St. Patrick's Day is coming up here in a couple of weeks. I thought it might be fun to make a gnome with a St. Patrick's Day twist. So let's just get down to it and we'll see what is in our packet. Okay, so if you signed up for the program and you've already come to the library to pick up your packet, here it is. So let's see what is inside. So you should have one St. Patrick's Day sock. So that's going to be our twist. It's going to have a St. Patrick's Day sock cap. You should have some glue, a wooden bead. You should have a foam cone, a piece of string. And the last thing is this little satchel of twine and rubber bands and popsicle sticks. So you're going to have popsicle sticks, that's what we're going to use to apply the glue. You should have a rubber band. And try not to break it because you will need that later on. If you do break it, just hopefully you have one at home that you can substitute. And then just this twine. So this is just a mop head. So all of this stuff, with the exception of the foam cone, I actually got at the dollar store. The mops you can get there, the bead, the string, the popsicle sticks, and the stocking I got all at the dollar store. This foam cone, which mine is broken, sorry, hopefully yours isn't broken. And even if it is, it doesn't matter because we're going to cover it. These I got from Amazon. I think I got 2 dozen of them for not very expensive. So we are going to go ahead and get started building our gnome. So we're going to take our foam cone and we have to give our gnome its very traditional beard. So what we want to do is we want to kind of put it up to the cone and we want it to hang over about 1/2 inch to 1 inch. So we kind of want to get an idea of where we're going to glue the top of this down. So I like that. That looks pretty good. That leaves just about enough. The reason, we'll get into why you want it to hang over in a couple minutes here. But just for now, let's go ahead and glue that first one down. So just again, real quick, get an idea. And just plunk it down. And we're going to do the same thing. So I'm actually going to go ahead and put a ring of glue all the way around the gnome, because we want this to be a ring that goes completely around, so we can make the hair and the beard go all the way around. Because basically what's going to happen is this is going to look like the gnome's hair and beard. So again, you just take one strand and you double it over and you plunk it down into the glue. And I'm going to do that, I'm going to keep repeating that until I've made it all the way around. Okay, so you should have plenty to get you all the way around. I think I put 15 in each one. I've got a few left over. If you really wanted to, you could try to cram them in, but I don't think it's going to be necessary because we're going to unwind all of these, and all this is really going to spread out. Don't worry that you can see the cone underneath it, because by the time we get through with this, you won't really be able to see it. But because the glue isn't set yet, we kind of have to make it stay in place. So this is what we need our rubber band for. And we're just going to put this over kind of right in the middle of the glue, so we can keep this all together, because this glue is going to take overnight to set. So I don't really want to do this in 3 days worth of time. We can do this now because that's holding it down. So now all we have to do is unwind each of these strands. So they have 3 to 4 strands depending on the strand. I don't know why some have 3, some have 4. But we're just going to unwind them until all of the strands are individual strands. So these are going to look like individual pieces of hair for the beard and the top of the head when we finally get everything going. So I'll do one more. Okay, so that's 2. We're just going to work our way around until we get them all unwound, and we'll show you what to do next. Okay, so you can see how that's really filled in a lot of those spaces that were open. All right, so the next step is putting on our hat. So this part is not tricky, but the part you'd think that you would put over the gnome head, we're actually not going to do that. This is going to be the top, so we're going to come back to the bottom. So we're going to kind of roll the bottom into or up towards the top, and we need to make it long enough so when we put it down over, this part comes all the way down and it covers up our rubber band and our glue. So we're going to go up. It might kind of take a few times to figure out what length you need, but I'm going to come up and I'm going to leave about that much on the top. So the bottom of my sock and my fingers right here, and I'm just going to hold the top and pull my hand out. And then I'm going to roll the bottom. So we kind of get what looks like the rim of a hat, like a normal hat. So you probably can't see it very well on this, but right now we've got a nice little rim. And then we just put it down on top of our gnome, just to cover up the rubber band and the glue. We don't want to come down any further than that because we want enough hanging off the back that it looks like kind of a stocking cap that's kind of falling back. Okay, so now we're going to put his nose on. So you've got a bead, and the bead has a side that you can put string through. We're going to put that kind of so you can't see it on the nose. So we're going to take the whole side and turn it so when the nose is on, we don't see the hole. So we're just going to slap on some glue here. And then we're going to find a spot just under the rim. You can put it anywhere you want. And just glue it on. Separate. So then our gnome will look like that. So the last thing we have to do is tie off our stocking cap. So we've got the string, and this just kind of gives it a little definition. So kind of where it bends back, we're just going to tie a really good knot. if you want to. You can just, you could trim those if you wanted to. Okay, so that is our St. Patrick's Day gnome. You can name your gnome whatever you like. Hopefully your gnome brings you luck. And hopefully you had fun making this. And thank you for joining us for this month's Teen Crafternoon, and we will see you next month.